Will Smith is back in the news because Will Smith last year was caught on camera being a violent man. He abused another human being, a man named Chris Rock. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Well, this year, Chris Rock has spoken out. He's spoken truth to power. He's decided to share his truth with the world via Netflix. And Will Smith wants to silence the man he abused.
The title of his special, Selective Outrage, as well.
Yeah.
And I saw some people speculating, by the way, that most of the anger and controversy directed at Will Smith after Slapgate was actually an intra-racial thing where they were like, you can't act like that in front of white people.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I saw that, I don't really get it, obviously, because I'm not black.
What are you talking about, the joke?
They're saying like, oh, people were really mad at Will Smith because he was being violent toward another black man in front of a crowd of white people, and he like you're making us look bad, like as a group.
That was Chris Rock's joke in the special.
Chris Rock didn't say that.
No, Chris Rock did say that in the special. That was
he joked about it, but he didn't say it in
literally
serious terms. I saw him do that joke, yes, but he didn't. But
I think that's just a common trope. It's just like I've heard that before growing up. Like, hey, there's certain aspects of our culture that we kind of keep at home. We don't bring out into the world, and I think it stems from that.
But maybe because Chris Rock made that joke about it, don't do that in front of the white people. So maybe that's why Will Smith is even more embarrassed.
Maybe, yeah, because Chris Rock is like, hey, I get upset too, and I can actually keep my composure. I don't know, but
it's quite literally. I mean, I don't like when people use the word trauma too liberally, but it's literally Chris Rock's trauma to make jokes about, and none of Will Smith's business. If he, I mean, you punched a comedian, of course he's going to make a joke about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's ridiculous to assume that he wouldn't. It's not even
to make a joke out of you for doing it.
Right. It's Chris Rock too. He's always been irreverent. He's always gonna talk about something crazy that happened to him, and it's pretty crazy.
Imagine if he didn't make jokes about it. That would be even weirder. That would make everyone uncomfortable.
It was weird.
Not to mention it would be just leaving millions of dollars on the table.
Yeah.
There's literally no way in which he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
money off this.
Imagine how many millions he left on the table immediately after it happened.
His ticket prices tripled after this happened.
He said, "I've rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I've rooted for this MF, okay? And now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped."
Wow.
After Will Smith acted so self-righteous about Emancipation, by the way, and thinking that he understands.
Maybe Chris Rock was the one who stole the key. Maybe Chris Rock stole the chain, the key to the chains, and that's why they couldn't get him out of the chains in there.
Right.
That's interesting. I like that.
Chris Rock was on set.
Made him relive his ancestral trauma.
Oh man.
So yeah, they're saying that he was angry that Netflix gave him the platform to talk about this. What did you expect? Netflix is a for-profit company, supposedly. Supposedly they want to make money. I mean, I don't know if them or Disney, any of them could be called for-profit anymore, but it seems like they're supposed to be on a good day, and this is an easy way for them to make money.
Well, this is sort of like Meghan Markle being outraged and upset about the South Park episode about their World Privacy Tour, but not watching it. You didn't even give it a chance. You just assumed that they were trying to bully you, when in reality, Chris Rock using this as part of his special is him stooping to Will Smith's level and offering him a hand. You know, he's being gracious by making it something to laugh about instead of a serious controversy.
And a lot of comedians had takes on this. Some people thought he went too far. I was like, really? He has a right to go as far as he wants.
Went too far.
If anything, your anger at Chris Rock wouldn't be if he went too far. It would be if the idea is eventually it just won't be funny anymore. And that's more a critique of his ability as a comedian, but he's talented, so that's likely not going to happen.
Yeah. I just don't understand Will Smith's audacity in reacting this way when it's if it isn't for the consequences of my own actions.
Yeah.
like you acted ridiculous and childish and foolish on the world stage, and now we're going to treat you like a child. Like,
also, there is a certain amount of
you.
There's a certain amount of like. When you're in person, obviously Will Smith is the bigger person. He's in better shape.
Than Chris Rock?
Than Chris Rock. I think so. Yeah.
Was
like,
he? Okay.
but the idea is that like it's a lot scarier when the other one can hurt you with words, much more cuttingly.
Yeah.
And you know, Jada Pinkett Smith's menacing glance at Will Smith at that moment before Slapgate happened is more scary than someone bounding up to you to smack you in the face.
Imagine what. Jaden, the son, is probably going through. Like, this is the man of the house that you have to look up to.
It's probably like so deep. He probably wouldn't understand.
I'm sure he knows.
He's probably
that
too
his dad
busy
is
thinking
cuffed.
about the way the world
Dude,
works.
he's probably too busy thinking about thinking.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Dude,
Sometimes
how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
That's one of my favorite. I remember that day. Like, it was one of my
Was
favorite
he
days
just
of my
like
life.
high out of his mind?
I don't even think you can like get that high. Like, I think he just is. He's
It's
a
like-
truly
You've done
a
like
philosopher.
brain dementing levels of DMT.
It's incredible.
Listens
It's
to
incredible.
Jordan Peterson in reverse and like gets information from it. Like,
That is deep. That is super
There's
deep.
a reason that like
Wow.
demented is alliterative with DMT.
Yep.
Whoa.
You know,
Bro.
how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
And then
Mind
what? And then how does
exploded right
Willow
there.
take all this? Right?
True.
Like,
I mean, she's learned how to be a woman from the most, you know, authoritarian, controlling, censorious.
I don't follow like the
C word on
Smiths.
Earth.
I don't follow the Smiths, but like from the music she's putting out, it seems like she's being rebellious. But I don't know if she actually is or if that's
What is there
just
to rebel against?
honestly, the better
You know?
the better battle here is Jada versus Chris Rock. Like, Will just taps it. Like, Will tags in Jada, and she's the one who has to
Jada's,
go after it.
Jada's gonna
I-
go call Hillary Clinton and
Yeah.
ask for a favor.
Yeah.
I hope that he did make more jokes at Jada Pinkett Smith's expense in this special.
I hope there's
He said that his wife was effing her son's friend. She hurt him way more than he hurt me. And who does he hit? Me.
Yeah.
Also, apparently it was fake news that they said that like the guy that she was sleeping with, that was Jaden's friend, said that the special was funny, but apparently that wasn't true. He didn't say that. Like
Jaden's friend?
the one that had the one that slept with Jada.
Oh, well, I mean, if anything, it's bragging rights for Jaden's friend,
Yeah.
who is no longer, I'm sure, friends with Jaden.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
I
would
mean,
wanna
Jaden's
be-
pretty deep. Maybe he could see the reason why that would be okay, and we just wouldn't be able to understand.
I don't know. Do you think they're still friends then?
You know, or do you think there's still thoughts?
I think there's a good chance
Should
that they're still
Jaden
friends.
stay friends with somebody who
Who
has
had
sex
sex
with
with
his
his mom?
Shouldn't.
That's the
Good
real
question. It's a really good question. I don't
but
know.
It's
with-
funnier if the friend goes up to him and is like, "Nux," and the guy's like, "No."
It's like more forgivable to even date your friend's sister than
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
the mother.
for real.
It's I don't know, but Hollywood's got that weird kind of like lifestyle bubble that they do.
Yeah.
You know,
Incestuous stuff, yeah.
it might be okay.
They go to the same Eyes Wide Shut parties, so it's like, you know, is it really
They
all
made
that
MILF
different?
Manor. What else can we expect?
Hey, that is awesome. Don't you slander?
Maybe that's
Have you been
MILF
watching
Manor.
MILF Manor?
No, I haven't, yeah.
maybe that's where Jada ends up at after this MILF Manor.
Yeah.
She just kicks Will out, and it becomes MILF Manor.
Has she stooped to that
and,
level?
and it becomes MILF Manor. Or she becomes the host. Maybe she'll host MILF Manor.
That could be interesting.
yeah.
She could host like a cheating reality show called The
Be like
Entanglement.
the Tyra
Entanglement.
Banks of
Yeah.
of dating shows.
She'll have
entire
a show
banks of
called
cheating.
it'll be called The Entanglement, and it'll be like a show that helps women like justify cheating on their husbands. Like, you've been held back by society. Everything in history has been the patriarchy keeping you down, and I, a multi-millionaire woman in Hollywood who's like whose husband who's even more rich than me couldn't take care of me, thus I cheated on him. You have every right to do the same thing, and that can be the show.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, one of the comments said, if Will wanted to hit someone, why wasn't it his son's friend?
Good point.
Because
Good
this
point.
guy is just, tragically whipped and indoctrinated
that's what I was gonna say.
conditioned. He's literally in the sunken place, and Jada is his slave master.
I hope there's someone in his ear, like in Will Smith's camp, saying like, "Dude, you got to get out. Like, I'm not even gonna make fun of you here.
It's probably
just,
a money.
You gotta get out.
I mean, it's gotta be a money thing, right? Like, he's just gonna lose too much money to get divorced.
When you're that rich, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Plus, imagine all the money you'll make off of a divorce and doing interviews and all this, you know?
I mean, the kids are going to get the same amount of money anyway in their inheritance. So
no, I bet you Will gives them the money. Jada keeps it and just gets buried with it.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, I saw this headline that was like kind of older, but Jackie Chan is also not going to give, I mean, he says he's not going to give his son an inheritance, and his net worth is like $400 million.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're lying when they say that. But still, I just think it's psychotic. Like why?
I wouldn't.
You can put safeguards up in some way, but you shouldn't just like
it's better to
leave them out to dry.
It's better to leave a house.
He literally puts the money in bootstraps that they have to pull themselves up by. Like. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.